John, if you look back to play at PJ tonight, was that a little bit more of what you've been expecting and wanting to see from him?
Yeah, he and Hami both. I mean, I just so you understand, I've got to figure both of those guys out. And I know how talented both of them are, but I've got to put them in positions where they can be efficient and not turn the ball over, make shots, make plays, and I got to help them. If you're coaching freshmen and you just think, well, they should just figure it out, that's not fair. It's not fair to the kids. So I think with each game, you see I'm starting to figure out Kevin, putting him in spots where he can make baskets. And, I still want us to run. I'm all over Quad A. I told him after the game, who am I on the most? Quad A. I'm trying to get him to play a way that he's not playing yet. If you remember, this was kind of like what happened with us when we had Marcus Teague. If you remember those first 7, 8, 9 games where everybody was losing their mind and I was trying to get him to play a certain way that he just wasn't used to playing. And now, Quad A, why do we need him on? Does anybody watch the games or are you just watching your phones? Just curiosity. So tell me why we need him on the floor.
Shooting.
Because he can shoot. Like that's 1 out of 30 of you that recognize that, but that's okay. Because he can really shoot the ball. And so now I don't need him dribbling 12 times. I need him to get rid of it and get away from it so we can get it back to him and score baskets. And then defensively, I thought we were a little bit better. We still broke down some at the, there was a stretch in there in the beginning of the second half, but I feel we're getting better. We're trending the right way, and now we got to sustain. The kids will be off. They're going to have the rest of today off, and then they've got Monday off, and they have Tuesday off. So they got a long stretch off. And we'll come back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, practice, play Saturday, off Sunday, come back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, light, and play Saturday. So we basically have 7 days of practice finally to where we can try to get better, and I can try to focus on some areas that I know we got to get better at.
John, how much more did you guys post up Kevin tonight, and how important is that in his overall game?
Well, we posted him some, and we also put him near the rim where he can pop out and make shots, but we also, I'm trying to get him to drive the ball. So today, he shoots 4 threes, and it's the only shots that he missed. Normally, he's not going to miss all those, but I don't mind him taking 4 threes. I don't want him taking 7 or 8 threes. Quad A goes 2 for 3. He probably should have shot 5 or 6. He's the one guy that I would say, and you would say, let him shoot more threes. And I'm telling him to. I liked that Shea hit a shot. Wenyon made one and missed one I thought he would make later. But, when someone said, well, you're not taking a whole lot of threes, well, when you shoot 66% like we did, and you're getting it around the goal, and you're shooting at that high a percentage, if you're going to shoot a bunch of threes, you're going to have to shoot 40%, 41, and not many teams doing it. So we'll figure out. I'd like to get about 15 to 18 threes a game up. Some games a little less, maybe some a little bit more, but not much more with this team. It was better.
Sean, this seems like a really exciting team, and yet attendance is down in Rupp this year. There were a lot of empty seats tonight. I was just curious as to what your take on that was.
Sunday at 6, TV. This is a fun team to watch, and I think they'll come here. And you know what, our attendance is down, and it's really sad because we're number 1 in the country in attendance, and we're number 1 in the country in attendance. It's kind of like you guys saying to me, Cal, you only won by 22. Can you tell me what's wrong with the Cats? I think people will jump in and do it. And some of it is students. Sunday night, I'm not, we have a large students, and I think they're trying to do something with some of the student tickets, but I get it. There's some games I don't feel like coming. I got to come here anyway. Jeez.
Amen.
You mentioned you're looking forward to having more practice time. So as the schedule starts to open up more, how much do you think that in practice time is going to help the team? How do you think it's going to
Well,
affect
there's so many things we got to figure out. A lot of scrimmage in to again build these players into more efficient team and more efficient individually and better with the ball, limiting turnovers. Trying to get them, I thought this was the closest we played to a 40-minute basketball game this year. This is the closest. And so, you know, that's good to see. But, you know, there's some stuff we need to do in the press if we want to change the game up a little bit. We're so long and so big, I just don't believe stretching out the court for any serious amount of time is a smart way to go. Because if you're going to get one contested shot with a 6'10" guy over top of you and you're 6'2", I'd probably rather give you that than scrambling in a press and give you that three in the corner with no one on you or layup. So, you know, there's different ways of looking at it. I like the zone, the way we're playing it. But again, today we did anybody watch the game, by the way? What did we do defensively in the second half a little bit, not playing zone, in our man-to-man? Don't be embarrassed. We switched everything. Did you see it? You gotta take your face up from that phone. Look at this game. We switched everything. Now, when we start switching everything, think about it. What are you gonna run? Now, I told them after the game, the reason we haven't worked on that is because I need them to learn to play half-court defense and know how to crack down and scramble and rotate to a teammate, how to help the helper, which we didn't do again today. All those kind of things. But again, you think about us at this size. Denny Crum used to do it. Do you remember Denny's team? He had big guards and they switched everything. They won national titles switching everything. Took you right out of your offense. Now you're playing man-to-man, right? No, you're not. You're playing one-on-one. So we did some of that. We can work on all that. We can work on trapping the post-trapping pick and rolls. We can do some different things in a zone press that try to change up the game, keep people off. This has been a grind. We've had how many games? In how many days?
16 or something.
16 days?
17.
And all freshmen, youngest team in maybe in the history of college basketball. I know the last 11 years it's the youngest team. But I tell you this, it may be the youngest team to ever try to do anything special.
Coach, you know what it's like to rebuild a program. 2 years ago, UIC had 5 wins. Last year, they were the youngest team in the country. They had 17 wins. I would imagine you think Steve McLean's got this going in the right direction, right?
Yeah, and Steve and I have known each other for a long time. Matter of fact, Tony Barbee worked for Steve. And matter of fact, the staff I hired at Memphis, it was his staff that was at Wyoming that I brought to Memphis. So I've known Steve and respected him for a long time. The hardest thing for young guys, which I can see he's going through, it starts with defense. All the other stuff aside, you got to guard. If we guard, we got a chance to win every game. That's a talented team. Their guards are talented. They're big guys. They've got size. But getting them together, that's the challenge we all have. He and I talked before the game. He looked at me and said, I said, don't talk to me. I'm doing this. You want to hear my story? I'll tell you mine before you tell me yours. But that's what makes this fun, especially when you're rebuilding. But the guys got to really buy in. I mean, I got a team that's bought into what we do. Like today's shoot around was a bear. I'm not worried it's a shoot around. You got a game that night. We got to get better in this hour. We got to use this hour to improve ourselves. You're not trying to just go through the motions. But he's got a good team. That's a good team. Good drivers. The point guard got hurt. What happened to him? Number 4.
He didn't play the second half.
He was limping. I don't know if he got hurt. He's really good, by the way.
And then quick follow-up, your thoughts on Dixon, number 10?
No, he's really good. I mean, he gets downhill and he can move the ball. He's 6'7". He's long. I told Steve, we played as good. Would you say that's our best game? That's the best we played. So you could say, oh, you beat him by, let me tell you something. That's by far the best we played. We were efficient. We passed the ball. We made shots. We We took one bad shot. Kevin Knox took one in the first half, just like a step back with him and another guy. And short of that, I don't think we took a bad shot. They were all good shots. They didn't all go, but they were good shots. So, but he's again. They got good players, and they'll get it together. Steve's done it before.
John, just a review. What was your thinking on not playing in the PK? Just too much for a young team?
Yeah. Look, here's, how many of those events have we played in since I've been here?
One.
And if I was going to play in one, it would have been for Phil Knight. I want you to hear what I'm saying. The only reason I would have played in that event was if Phil Knight told me, you have to play in this event. And he did not say that. Phil Knight's one of the gentlemen that, I really like you to do this, but I get it and I understand. Are you going to be, the only reason I would have done it, it's hard when you have teams like this. I mean, you've got teams that are now 1-2 and 0-3, and they're young teams, and guess what? They're rattled right now. Teams are rattled. If we had played a tougher schedule, Vermont was tough enough for us. So was Utah Valley, am I right? Were we down 9 to Utah Valley? Then we go and we're looking at teams that we can beat these guys. Really? East Tennessee State, it's tied? I mean, this team is growing, and I've got to be fair for them. Look, if I'm just worried about, let's just keep putting this program out here. It isn't about the program, it's about the kids in the program. If I have a veteran team coming back and I know it, I'll go in one of those events. It'll be close to here. It ain't gonna be 19-hour flight. That ain't happening. I don't like to fly that long. I got a bad back. That is about me.
Understood.
But the reality of it is, if I have that kind of team and we should play in that kind of event, we do it. It's just this team wasn't, we're not ready for that. Now, by the end of the year, I hope we are, but we're not ready right now.
Last one, Daryl.
John, I'm paraphrasing here a little bit. I heard you tell the bench one time we're never going to be a team until everyone does what is best for the team or something like that. I just wonder what you meant.
Well, it's, what does the team need me to do? And then I'm going to do that. What do I want to do? Sometimes it matches, sometimes it doesn't. If I'm asking a player to do something and play a certain way, it's for his benefit too. I'm not going to ask a kid to do something that's not going to benefit the young man. You guys know me, ladies, you know me well enough, I wouldn't do it. Most of my stuff is be more efficient, play faster, give the ball up sooner, straight line instead of mess with the ball. But I like to mess with the ball. Stop messing with the ball. Until we're all doing what the team needs us to do, it's hard to get somewhere. I thought we made great strides today. I really did. And, it's a good, going into a little break, we all need a break. I need a break. So going into a little break, I'll probably do a little recruiting here in the next couple days. But they don't need to see me. And I'm kind of happy I'm not seeing them. How about that?
Seems like a good spot there.